I've seen plenty of these stories now, eh? Young people with cancer. You know where I'm going with this. There can't be any spoiler alerts. There's a bit of irony in the headline. Rare cancer surges. Well, can you still call it rare? So it's growing. In other words, increasing amongst millennials and Xers. So whatever they're at now, it's going to be higher later on. The research was limited to just these two demographics, like born in the 70s and 80s. What about Gen Zers and the ones after that? The kids, is it increasing in their demographics as well? So here's the initial symptoms: pain, bloated feeling, nausea and vomiting. So how could cancer be diagnosed from those symptoms? It'd have to persist for months on end. And, by then, so here's your survival rates. So a sufferer, I probably could have said victim there, may have a 10% chance to make it to the 5-year mark, or a 63% chance. So what's the rate going to be in 10 years? Well, we all know what's going on here, so they don't quite have that data just yet. Now, they've got some treatments. You can remove the appendix and any other organs that are affected. Well, I thought this was just appendix cancer. Apparently, it can spread. It goes to the heart. Well, they can't remove the heart. So you can get chemo, particularly metastasized. God, I hate trying to pronounce that word. So it's very aggressive, just not one of those slow-moving cancers by the looks of it. Well, what's the term for it? Oh, that's right, yeah. Is this another turbo cancer? Well, apparently they can't find any risk factors. There are none. Nothing causes this. It's just happening right now at this point in time, not 5, 10, 20, 30 years ago. Appendix cancer was very rare, but there are no risk factors. It appears they're not looking at any chronological indicators, say, of a medical intervention, pretty recent one, where unnatural substances were injected that went to all organs. And look, there's no point, and I can't stress this enough in order to keep this video up, because they're safe and effective. You wouldn't even look at it. I knew that the rates have dropped dramatically. They got to that 74.2 million pretty quick, but lately it's only less than 500,000. So at that rate, it'd be about 5.3 million per year. It'd take 14 years to reach 74 million. Of course, there's no employment mandates anymore. That might have something to do with it. And hopefully only the old and the infirm are getting it, which would probably be about, especially during flu season, 400. That might not be a bad decision, because look, turbo cancers, from what I've read, and you can research this yourself, it can initiate often from an autoimmune reaction. Now, the immune system in young people is much more active than in old people, as we know. So obviously, if it's more active, if it turns against the body, it's going to be more active in turning against the body. That's where you're going to get the turbo cancers in young people. But again, they're not from this, though. This is all safe and effective. And this is for entertainment purpose, blah, blah, blah. All right, that's it for this one.